Hi, everybody. This is Joel Wood, your lobbyist here in Washington at the Council. Hope you're doing well. As everyone knows, dysfunction reigns in government, particularly at the federal government. Congress not getting much of anything done. Big stuff, little stuff, total polarization, presidential election year. You all know that. Um, and it's also partly true on the state side as well. I will say sometimes a little dysfunction is not a bad thing. The dysfunction, for example, of a Republican Congress and a Democratic president during the 1990s, the Republican Congress restraining the president's urges to expand entitlement programs and social and domestic programs, the president restraining the impulses of Republicans in Congress to expand defense programs and extend broader tax cuts, and the result was we had a budget surplus and a balanced budget. So a little dysfunction sometimes is not a terribly bad thing, and the example that I'd like to think might be a good one is on the state side right now, and it has to do with the surplus lines implementation. As you know, as part of Dodd-Frank, the NRRA provision basically set up the rule that in multi-state transactions for not-admitted insurance, that the only standard that applies is the standard of the state, the home state of the insured. And so we had hoped through that the states would seize this opportunity to do what they wanted to do for decades, which is to create an interstate compact, create one mechanism so that there's one standard. The result, as we all know, is a total screwed up mess in terms of states being all over the place. Now, what's happened was that you've had a certain number of states, again, mostly smaller states, that have gone off and have tried to form a full-out interstate compact to govern every aspect of surplus lines placements. You've got other states, 11 or 12 states, that joined the NEMA construct just for premium tax sharing. It's Florida and mostly small states. And then you've had a series of postponements of the creation of a clearinghouse for those surplus lines placements. And the result has been that states are still all over the map in terms of how they're interpreting the laws, in terms of what the broker is having to do on the sharing of premium tax allocations, and it's been really a mess that's been very frustrating for brokers, for us who lobbied for these changes in Congress. Well, one of the things that has happened is that all the large states, the Texas, the California, the New Yorks, the Ohio's, Illinois, have basically said they're going to go it alone, so 100% of the premium tax. And our view has been increasingly and frustratingly a resignation that the best solution is frankly for these mechanisms to just blow up. I think that this may be what is happening right now, insofar as there has been very, very little movement in these states that have been involved in creation of this sort of a clearinghouse idea or an interstate compact idea. And I would have thought that by now, when most of these state legislatures are in session, and some of them only have a couple more months left to go in this year, that there would have been a certain amount of momentum among those states that are a part of those mechanisms to try to grow it on out. I wouldn't be surprised if the clearinghouse that has been postponed on 2 6-month increments already by the state of Florida for the NEMA allocation mechanism. I wouldn't be surprised if that whole thing gets postponed again and ultimately will blow up. As one of the regulators of one of the founding member states of NEMA told me privately a couple of weeks ago, it really is spending a dollar to chase a dime. And so this is one case, just one case, where I'm kind of hopeful that dysfunction is actually going to lead to a system where we have one standard that is the home state standard. Brokers can live with any single standard that exists on any transaction. What we can't live with is 50 different interpretations of what one transaction's allocation should be. So hope that's helpful insight, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.